What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let me adjust this real quick. Yes, diving straight to the video. I have two trades. One's break even, one's 3 points. I am trading with two contracts right now at the moment because of the loser I had a couple days ago. But diving into the video real quick. At the beginning of the open, we had this chop. There's really no trade there. Let me zoom in a little more. Then the price starts to reverse a little bit. We have break new low. No trade set up here. I was waiting for a higher low here. You get one here, but it's too far away. You can't trade that. And then you also get a second entry long here. Again, for me personally, I can't trade that. It's too close to the EMA and it's below the EMA, so I can't really trade that. The context is good though. Price reverses, goes back up again. Try to test the overnight high. Don't really get that test. This congestion here, can't really trade anything here. No setup. Price goes all the way down. Again, congestion. There is a second entry long here. I wasn't thinking long at the time because of this move down. You also get a break new high, so I wasn't really looking for longs. However, it is a pretty decent setup in my opinion, but again, I wasn't really looking for longs, to be honest, so I skipped this trade. And then price kind of confirms this channel, so to speak, and then price reverses. No trade here. There's a second entry short, can't trade that congestion. One thing about congestion I will say is if you're thinking about taking congestions, what I would suggest is I would take them on the sim, keep a log of them, and see what the win rate is over like a month period. And if the success rate is like 90%, then take them. What I think what happened with me was I was getting stopped out on congestion because I had a lower setting. So it kind of gave me like a bad taste, so to speak. So that's why I don't take them anymore. Maybe with this setting, it's a little bit different. Maybe congestions work more often than not. I should keep track of them. Maybe I start doing them next week just to keep a little track of them, what the success rate is. But that's what I would suggest. And if you are keeping track of them, let me know what the success rate is with this setting, specifically this setting. And if it's like high, you know, we're talking about like, you know, 89, 90, 95%, then maybe I'll change my mind and I'll start taking them, because I do see a lot of setups in the congestion like that. So let me know if you keep track. Let me know. I would love to see what the success rate is. But for now, I skip them. Price breaks down. There's no trade here, and then reverses again. We get a break and a new low, and then price reverses again. There's a second entry short here, which I wasn't really. I don't know. Again, it's plenty of room to the EMA, but it's above the EMA. You also get a break new low already in place, so I would like to see a lower high, and you get a lower high here. Unfortunately, I missed the setup, which kind of sucks. But also notice there's a triple test here as well. You know, 1, 2, and 3. So maybe take that if you want to be aggressive. It's a solid setup. And then price reverses, goes all the way down to basically overnight lows. Price reverses again. No retest of this high, unfortunately. And then we get a double bottom here, which is to the tick. I do like these setups. It's very rarely that I trade these setups, double bottoms like that. But when you do get like exactly to the tick double bottom, that's a pretty good sign that the price might be reversing. You get a higher low here. Unfortunately, it's in congestion. Again, can't trade that. But again, as you can clearly see, it worked. We already had two setups in congestion, and it worked just fine. So something to think about. Basically, we have a break. First entry, second entry, again congestion, can't trade that, but it clearly worked. And we go to this spike in channel thing going on. We have a break here, no retest, unfortunately. And then we get a little chop here, and then basically you get a confirmation of this channel. Maybe here, it's too soon to tell, but you know, usually I would like to plot the line here and to see what happens. And of course, you get a triple test here with a confirmation of this channel. So not a bad trade. The only problem with this trade that I have is you're going short into the congestion, right? Or into support, I should say. You get a 1.5 there, but it's risky. But then again, prices tanks down. Again, you don't know this. This is hindsight, obviously. But yeah, we get a little small pullback, and then we get to retest the low again. There's a higher low here again. Can't trade that. Congestion too close to the EMA. Again, it would work just fine. So there we go. We got what, 444 now. This is my trade right here. Second entry short. I was looking to retest this low, and unfortunately, price reversed on me, and I put my take profit to break even. So this was a break even trade. So I got a little bit lucky there. We do get a break, a new high, and of course, price reverses and does test this low eventually. So the read was good, but the price just didn't want to do what it's supposed to do at that time. But it's okay. There's a lower high here. I'm not sure if I would have traded that, to be honest. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a little iffy. And then once I was seeing like this little move down, this little price action, that's when I had my measured move plotted. And according to Alberooks, this is not Mac. According to Alberooks, usually when you get a complete measure move, you'll see some kind of reversal, right? You want to start looking for reversal or opposite direction of for the price to move, right? So we do get a bounce off the measure move here, and we do have a temporarily price reversal here, but unfortunately it bounced off the overnight lows again, and then go back down into the measure move again. We start chopping sideways. I don't really see anything here that I want to trade. This is all garbage. No, thank you. And then finally, I saw this clear triple test, and I was targeting this swing high right here, and I got 30 points. So, like I said, the way I find targets are recent support resistance, measured moves, recent highs, recent lows. If the market's moving, I'm going for more points. If the market's chopping, going sideways, I'm going for just scalp. I'm not trading with the runner. My account, like I said, is not big enough for a runner. Once I do get a big enough account, or once I build the account enough, I will start trading with a runner. But for now, I can't do that. Especially with the setback that I had, with the loss that I had earlier this week. It's just put me in a bad spot, so I have to kind of like scale down a little bit and work my way up again. But I will trade with a runner on an evaluation, 100%, 100%. I will trade, and the way I would trade with a runner is when I take this trade, I would scalp out 4 ticks with initial contracts and then leave 1 runner. And the way I would manage the runner is I would leave my stop loss runner right at this red candle, bottom of this red candle. I would leave it there and I'll let it run. Okay. If the price moves 6 points, 7 points in my favor, I'll put a break even. Okay. And, and I'll target like, this swing, maybe even this swing, right? Or maybe 50% retracement. It's up to you how you find this, but trust me, just let it run. And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Okay. You managed the risk here. It's, this would have been a probably 2.5 point risk. Yeah, 2.5 point. So $125. Again, it depends on if you're trading with 6 contracts, 5 for a scalp, that's $250. And if you lose that to 125, you still in the green, right? And it gets even better if you trade, let's say 7 contracts, 1 runner, 6 for a scalp. That's, again, you made money, right? 6 times whatever, right? It's almost $300, something like that, $275 or something like that, right? And if you get stopped out on runner, you're still in the green, right? You just move on to the next trade. And if you do catch this huge move, let's say for example, if you target in this right here, this resistance, that's 10 points, right? Or even this, that's 25 points, 24 points. So it's a huge difference in your P&L. It really is. And you catch a couple of these a week, you're set. But unfortunately for me, like I said, I can't trade with runner just yet. Right, so moving on, you have a new high, first entry, second entry long, can't trade this. Congestion, again, it works just fine. So that we work 5 for 5 now. Interesting, very interesting. We have a channel working up, break new high in place. There is a second entry. There's a lower high here. Again, congestion. If you're scalping, this would work just fine. You are going short into the support here, so it is a little bit iffy. But you do get a triple test here, so 1, 2, basically quadruple test. But this is more like a 1 test, so 1, 2, and 3. Not a bad triple test here. And yeah, price makes new high. You get a new high, first entry, second entry long. Again, can't take that. You go into the EMA like that. That's a no. And it also a little bit choppy too. So the price reverses and we're going up. My guess is we're probably gonna get a 50% retracement, which we probably already did, to be honest. Let me just check here. Yeah, we way past 50%. So I don't know what I'm not sure what the price is going to do from here. It might go back up to this swing high here, or maybe it just reverses, goes back down. I don't know. Maybe it'll just chop sideways for the next 2 hours. You never know. But I wouldn't be afraid to take a lower high here. It is however congested. So, but if I get a better setup for the lower high, I would definitely not be afraid to take it, just because you already have 2 legs up, and it's probably a measure move too. Let me see. Boom. There you go. Anyways, that's all I got for the video. Thank you all for watching. The part 2 is coming out later tonight, so be lookout for that. And hope you had a good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.